Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Good morning. Your daily boost. Tithi Nakshatra and important anniversaries, a spiritual and historical insight of 2nd December 2024 Monday. Bengali date 16 অগ্রহায়ণ 1431. As per Benima Tafsil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Pratipad and up to 1212 hours and after that Shukla Ditya. Today's Nakshatra is Jyeshta Nakshatra and up to 1607 hours and after that Mula Nakshatra. Today is 337th day of the year. There are then 29 days left in 2024. Today is 49th Monday of 2024. Today is World Computer Literacy Day. World Computer Literacy Day was launched by Indian computer company NIIT to mark its 20th anniversary in 2001. In response to research which suggested that the majority of computer users around the world were men, it occurs annually on 2nd December and is intended to encourage the development of technological skills, particularly among children and women in India. In its own words, it aims to create awareness and drive digital literacy in underserved communities worldwide. It was originally founded by the NIT. The day is also directed at improving the teaching of information technology and more generally the celebration of computers. Today is International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. The International Day for the Abolition of Slavery is a yearly event on December 2, organized since 1986 by the United Nations General Assembly. The Convention for the Suppression of the Traffic in Persons and of the Exploitation of the Prostitution of Others was approved by the United Nations General Assembly on December 2, 1949. Besides, by Resolution 57 by 195 of 18 December 2002, that Assembly proclaimed 2004 the International Year to commemorate the struggle against slavery and its abolition. The United Nations emphasizes the fight against slavery as part of its commitment to human rights, recognizing that slavery in any form is a grave violation. Modern slavery is a global problem affecting over 1 million children trafficked each year for cheap labor or sexual exploitation. Challenging the Universal Declaration of Human Rights stands that no one shall be held in slavery or servitude. The International Day for the Abolition of Slavery serves as a reminder and a call to action to end slavery in all its forms. Activities on this day include publishing articles, poetry, and opinion pieces to provoke thought and discussion, classroom reviews of the history of the slave trade and its modern evolutions, and public speeches by political leaders urging action to eradicate slavery. Media outlets often feature news, debates, and forums to further highlight the issue, while public awareness campaigns distribute informational materials in universities and community spaces. Today is World Pollution Prevention Day. World Pollution Prevention Day, that is observed every year on December 2nd, serves as an urgent reminder for all of us to address the environmental challenges that our planet faces. With human activities continuing to degrade the Earth's natural resources, pollution has become a pressing issue that necessitates immediate attention. A close look at the significance of World Pollution Prevention Day and the measures required to combat pollution to ensure a sustainable future for generations to come is therefore the need of the hour. This day commemorates the Bhopal gas tragedy of 1984, an industrial catastrophe that caused widespread death and environmental damage. The unchecked and unexpected pollution has not only destroyed and marred human lives but also permanently damaged the environmental soul of the planet. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Indralal Rai, 2nd December 1898 to 22nd July 1918. Indralal Rai was the sole Indian World War I flying ace, While serving in the Royal Flying Corps and its successors, the Royal Air Force, he claimed 10 aerial victories, 5 aircraft destroyed, and 5 down out of control in just over 170 hours flying time, making him the first Indian flying ace. Today is death anniversary of Miss Maria Telkes, 12 December 1900 to 2nd December 1995. Maria Telkes was a Hungarian-American biophysicist, engineer and inventor who worked on solar energy technologies. She moved to the United States in 1925 to work as a biophysicist. She became an American citizen in 1937 and started work at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT) to create practical uses of solar energy in 1939. During World War II, she developed a solar water distillation device deployed at the end of the war, which saved the lives of drowned airmen and torpedoed sailors. Her goal was to create a version for villagers in poor and arid regions. Telkes, often called by colleagues the Sun Queen, is considered one of the founders of solar thermal storage systems. After the war, she became an associate research professor at MIT. In the 1940s, she and architect Eleanor Raymond created one of the first solar heated houses, Dover Sun House, by storing energy each day. In 1953, they created a solar oven for people at various latitudes that could be used by children. In 1952, Telkes became the first recipient of the Society of Women Engineers Achievement Award. She was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy of Sciences, subsequently receiving a Building Research Advisory Board Award in 1977. Telkes registered more than 20 patents. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Luis Federico Leloir, 6 September 1906 to 2nd December 1987. Luis Federico Leloir was an Argentine physician and biochemist who received the 1970 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his discovery of the metabolic pathways by which carbohydrates are synthesized and converted into energy in the body. Although born in France, Leloir received the majority of his education at the University of Buenos Aires and was director of the private research group Foundation Institute Campomar until his death in 1987. His research into sugar, nucleotides, carbohydrate metabolism, and renal hypertension garnered international attention and led to significant progress in understanding, diagnosing, and treating the congenital diseases galactosemia. Leloir is buried in La Recoleta Cemetery, Buenos Aires. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. George Richards Minot, 2nd December 1885 to 25th February 1950. George Richards Minot was an American medical researcher who shared the 1934 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine with George Whipple and William P. Murphy for their pioneering work on pernicious anemia. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Gary S. Baker, 2nd December 1930 to 3rd May 2014. Gary Stanley Baker was an American economist who received the 1992 Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. He was a professor of economics and sociology at the University of Chicago and was a leader of the third generation of the Chicago School of Economics. Baker was awarded the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences in 1992 and received the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2007. A 2011 survey of economics professors named Baker their favorite living economist over the age of 60, followed by Kenneth Arrow and Robert Solow. Economist Justin Wolfers called him the most important social scientist in the past 50 years. Baker was one of the first economists to analyze topics that had been researched in sociology, including racial discrimination, crime, family organization, and rational addiction. He argued that many different types of human behavior can be seen as rational and utility maximizing, including those that are often regarded as self destructive or irrational. His approach also extended to altruistic aspects of human behavior, which is sought to sometimes have self-serving ends when individuals' utility is properly defined and measured. That is, he was also among the foremost exponents of the study of human capital. According to Milton Friedman, he was the greatest social scientist who has lived and worked in the second part of the 20th century. Thank you very much for your patience.